Make sure. Is my shooting on? What's going on, everybody? About to go live. If anybody is watching, I'm about to go live with Ian Santos, Mr. Thinking Cap. So yeah, hope everybody's doing good today. I hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's progressing very nicely. Let me see. Well, while I'm waiting, I guess I can kind of just talk a little bit. Hope everybody's doing good. Oh, it's not on. See if I got it. Yo, what's up, brother? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Hey, man, what's up?
Hey, nothing much, bro. Nothing much. This is exciting. I'm excited to be on this. I feel like I'm on a live with a celebrity right now.
Dude, same, brother. Like I gotta admit, man, same. Just from everything that I watch you do, and like from seeing like you doing your thinking cat business and all that stuff, I kind of feel the exact same way. So
Appreciate it, man. I'm a big fan of yours. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was actually just looking through your story, and I didn't want to keep you waiting too long, so I skipped through some of it. But I stopped to admire some of the posts that you had on your story, and it really motivated me. I like the one that you put. Make today nervous that you woke up.
Oh, dude, yes. Yo, I'm so glad that you actually read those, man. You have no idea, because it's one of those things where, I speak from the heart, and there's stuff that hits me where I'm like, you know what, other people are probably feeling this way, but I developed my own little system, which I'm sure you have. You know, we all have our own little systems, and I kind of have my own little system to go overcome a bunch of things, and I feel like, some people don't have that, so
Yeah,
it's nice to, put out how you feel in the world, and the ways that you overcome stuff. But I appreciate you watching the stories, man. That
yeah.
means a lot. It
Man,
really means a
I gotta
lot.
say you are your brand is consistency, and that's something that I admire and envy a little bit, just a little bit. But yeah, your consistency is off the chain, bro. I admire it so much because you're always putting out content. Like I just watched your story, like I said, and you must have had like 30 posts on your story.
Yeah, and I know it could be a little overboard a little bit, but
No,
I
not
just
at all,
I always
not at
have a lot.
all.
Yeah, I always have a lot to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So might as well get it out.
exactly. Yep.
But yeah, man. So I mostly just wanted to. I really wanted to get to know you because, like I said, I do kind of admire, your work ethic, and I admire, your perseverance, and just from talking back and forth with you, a little bit from like the back and forth that we've had.
Hmm.
I just really admire everything that you've been able to overcome, and I really admire your character, because with you, I noticed that, and this is one thing that I feel like maybe you have had a lot of experience with, but developing this character that you have, because it seems like the person that you are now
Hmm.
is so rock solid that there isn't too much that could sway you kind of left or right.
Oh man, I
And I feel
appreciate
like,
that.
yeah, and I feel like it's because like, because, and I did see that post that you just put up.
Hmm.
Maybe, or I think it might have been earlier in today, but it just rolled on my feed where you were talking about everything that you had been through, and how you had two jobs, and like you had all this stuff to do, and you had like, all this uphill battle and stuff. But what I really admire is the fact that you're able to attack it and not sway left, like I said, not sway left or right, not, go into, something that you don't necessarily believe in, or whatever. Like, people can't sway you, because you have not only that, but you got your thinking cap on already. But you really are Mr. Thinking Cap. And
Hmm.
one thing that I do want to kind of ask is just, like, how did you develop that? Because there's a lot of people who, it's hard for them to stay who they are, and it's hard for them to figure out what's right and wrong.
Hmm.
And just how did you become you is my question really.
Sorry about that. Somebody unexpectedly called me, so sorry for the pause.
Oh, no, no, you're good.
So, but man, let me just start off by saying I really truly appreciate how you see me through this lens of this like this perfect person. And a lot of people do because of how I portray myself on social media. I don't put out a lot of the downfalls that I have. You know, I only put out the highlights, as most of us do. But nothing could be further from the truth that I don't get swayed off my track easily or at all. Nothing could be further from the truth. So
Mm.
I value transparency. So I like to be transparent. Let me just say that I actually recently just kind of recovered emotionally and mentally from a breakup that I had with my ex-girlfriend, and we are doing good now. We're back in communication, and we're friends now. Everything is going well. There's no animosity or anything like that, but that was something recent. And before that, I mean, I had lost my job maybe I want to say under 2 years ago. That kind of got me off my course for a short time. There are so many things that I can point to in my life that have gotten me off my course, but I didn't let anybody see it. But one thing I like to pride myself on is my bounce back ability. I like to call it the bounce back ability, right? It's that
Yeah.
resilience. It's that ability to recover from a fall. You know, you fall down and you don't
Yeah.
stay down. You jump right back up. There's some people
Fall
that
seven, get up
stay
eight.
down. There's some
Yeah.
people that, sorry?
Oh no, I was just saying fall seven, get up eight.
Oh, exactly. That's so funny because I actually just put that in a recent song that I wrote. So
Oh hell yeah. Oh, you write music too?
yeah, I think I mentioned to you because I saw that you
Oh
were.
damn.
Yeah, I saw that you were rapping. I think
Yeah,
I mentioned
yeah,
to you
man.
that I
Yep.
I used to, and I'm starting to get back into it.
Oh
So
hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's
yeah, we got to
that's
get on something. We got to
honestly,
collab.
dude, no, we definitely do, bro. And that's honestly what started all this for
Uh-huh.
me is the music. So it's cool to know that you're writing and you're actually expressing yourself
Hmm.
through that, because even though, like you said, you like to be transparent, but even though sometimes it seems like we're putting ourselves up through this lens, your transparency shows through your writing. And
Thank
even
you.
even if it's put out yet or
Hmm.
whatever the case may be, or if it is whatever, that's your transparency. So no, that's something I definitely admire too. But sorry, keep going. I didn't mean to
No, no, you're
interrupt you.
good. This is communication, this conversation right here.
Yeah, exactly.
So let me just stop right there and pause real quick, because some people might be wondering, if you value transparency, why do you hide that you had a slip or a fall? And honestly, I like to hide it in the moment because I don't like to put out anything in the wrong mindset that might deter people on their course. So I always go back and refer to times that I've fallen afterwards, like you just said about my recent post about how I've had some slips and falls and how I worked 4 jobs at one time, just to stay afloat and stuff like that. So I always go back and refer things once I can figure out the lesson in it. But I don't like to do it while I'm in the midst of the trouble, because sometimes when you're in the midst of the trouble, you can't see the lesson until you get out. There's a saying that goes, "You can't see the forest from the trees." You know.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I've never heard that before. I like that.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's
if
like
you're
it's like
outside
when
of the
you're
trees,
too,
yeah,
yeah,
you
when
got
you're
an
too caught
aerial
up into
view,
something,
you
you
see the
can't see
forest.
clearly.
What was that?
Exactly. I said when you're too involved in it, you can't see clearly. Like when you're
Exactly.
too inside of it, you can't see the bigger picture. That's dope. I like that. I like that.
Exactly. So yeah, so I just wanted to kind of clear that up. But yeah, I definitely value transparency, and always go back and refer to those times and try to figure out the lesson so that not only I can learn, but I can also maybe shed some light on something for somebody else. But yeah, I've had my slips and my falls, and I always refer to the bounce back ability because, like I said, some people they stay down. It's sad. It's unfortunate. You see, people get overcome with sickness because of their down state, and I believe that's where a lot of sickness comes from. Is our state, is
Hmm.
our emotions and our
Our
attitudes.
mindset. Yeah.
Exactly. Um,
Yep.
exactly. And then some people, they're slow to get up. They take a while to get up, and it's awesome that they get back up. That's awesome. I'm not gonna take away from them, but I think that the best thing that you can learn to do is to bounce off the ground. It's like once you slip and fall, you just hop right back up so quick. And that's something that I like to pride myself on. It's something that I'm going, we got hold up, we got oh snap, we got my man Herman in here. We got a few people we missed to shout out. Let's take a second to shout out some people. I don't know if I can see the people that join in on your side, but I'm just gonna shout out a couple of people that I know are on my side. I got Josh Wallace thing came through. We got my man Brian. He came through, Columbia Superman. We got Liz from Columbia joined in. We got Tito, and we got a few others here. We got Bad. I don't even know how to spell that. What's going on? You know who I'm talking to. We got PK. We got Mystifique R8, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
Mr. Yeah, Mr. Feet Crate.
yeah, is there anybody different on your side, or is it all the same?
No, I think it's all the same. I think it's all the same.
Okay, cool. Well, if they go back and watch this, I hope they see that we shouted them out, because I completely forgot to check and shout them out and show them some love back. But yeah, that bounce back ability is just something that I pride myself on. I really, this might sound sad to you. I'm not at all affected by it, but I don't really have many talents. You know what I'm saying? My talent is the fact that I went through some things, some life-changing events that caused me to have this mind shift. And I feel like my talent is that bounce back ability. It is the fact that, I was able to open my mind more so than most people, and see the benefit in adversity. So, but yeah.
And you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell that you realize that just because of everything that you're doing now.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? And yeah, and even through like how you're saying, you don't like to do things until you learn the lesson. I mean, there really is a lot of value in that. And I think the best part about what you're doing is you're leading by example. You know what I mean? So even if you're not like in the moment, preaching about how you're feeling or whatever, like the fact that you took the time to learn the lesson, that's that majority of the time, that's what people can't even do. You know what I mean? They can't open their mind learning that lesson because they're so caught up in, like you said, being in the forest. They're so like in the forest that they don't see the fucking tree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All they're seeing is the problems and all that stuff. And I was even talking about it in my story today. It's just like, if you want to see problems and all you see is problems, then of course problems are gonna follow you.
Yeah, exactly.
and
attraction.
You have to learn how to take yourself out of that space and literally reconfigure the way that you think about things, because there's always like some kind of opportunity out of every failure or out of every negative or something like that. And for the longest time for me, it was really hard to see that. It was Jeez, sorry, I got a call through that time.
You there?
But there's can you hear me?
Sorry about that.
Hold up. I think about it.
Sorry about that. You there?
Dang, it's like somebody calls me and now my in-call volume's all crazy.
What was that?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
My bad. Somebody calls me and man, and the in-call volume starts to kick on, and I'm like, I got to turn these things off and turn them back on. I'm like,
understood.
But so many people are quick to tear you down, and you look in the news. If you do look in the news, which I try not to, but you look in the news, it's negativity, because if it bleeds, it leads. Like, so it's like negativity. We're a negative-based world. So the more positivity you can overcome within you, or like the more you can learn, or the whatever, and the more you get that out, the better you'll become, because you're at least giving beyond yourself at that point. But I feel like just you can never go wrong with doing the things that, like you're doing, which is, taking everything as a lesson, and your bounce back, what did you call it? Bounce back ability. Dude, and that to me is like, that speaks wonders, because I honestly feel like just watching you from, like, honestly, I've only started Instagram like the past few months. So, just from watching you, that's exactly what it seems like you're doing. And it seems like, that is, I personally believe that everybody has like their own superpower and their own thing that makes them like their own superhero to their own story.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is like your
That's dope.
superpower. Like that is the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so if you had a whole get up and shit, like it would be like bounce back ability, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
and
like that.
you have this, yeah, you have this ability to be able to do that in any type of situation. And
Yo,
I
if you
think that that's
copyright
really
that,
special.
I might hop on that. So if you copyright that, I might owe you some royalties for life.
But it's just I want to open. That's the stuff I want to open people's eyes to. You know what I mean? Is
Mhm.
because there's all these interviews, there's all these things on people who have made it, and on people who have overcome all these things and become successful or whatever the case may be. But I want to talk to people like you who are in it, who I know for a fact are going to make something of themselves because I observe
Mhm.
everyone. Like I observe so deeply, or I try to observe as deeply as I can, enough to at least know enough about that person to want to talk with them.
Yeah.
But I really feel like, the things that you're doing, because I honestly feel like, even though, you said you might be having, some struggles with the two businesses that you started up, whatever, I really feel like because you have the bounce back ability and because you have that perseverance aspect of you, like regardless of any of the mishaps, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And what
Yeah.
I love
So
is the
true.
fact that, like, and what I love
Facts.
is the fact that, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I love to believe in other people, and I love to believe in the potential of other people.
Mhm.
And when I see something in someone, and that's why I only like to do these lives with people that I actually see something like in someone with. Like, if I'm not gonna vibe with you, I'm not gonna even offer to do a live with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and so it's like that's I love your work ethic and your willingness to not back down. And what I know for a fact is you're gonna go somewhere. And I love that, you took the time to, talk with me about, who you are and everything like that, because I know that, like, I can play this and I can put this on my podcast and stuff, and I can listen to it, and then, 5, 10, 15 years from now, you're gonna be this big CEO of this company or whatever. And I'm gonna still be able to talk with you, be able to say, hey man, like, come back on the podcast, and let's talk about your journey now, and let's talk about everything that you've been through and all that.
Yeah.
So now we can really get into stuff, and that's like what I see and what I've seen nothing but since meeting you. And that's why I wanted to talk with you and kind of pick your brain a little bit,
Man, I
and
truly
just
appreciate that.
kind
I
of see
want to
what you're about
say
and all that.
that
Because
I respect and admire and appreciate your humility, and I also appreciate the belief that you have in me. Um, but I do want to say this, and please take this with a grain of salt. Don't be offended or anything like that. But you need to stop putting me on a pedestal because the way that I take it, the way that like when you say like. Thank you for taking the time out for me and stuff like that. Just the way that I hear it makes me feel like that you think that I'm better than you or something like that. And that might not be the case, but the way that you say thank you for taking the time out for me, like, like you are worthy, bro, and you are just as valuable and as important, and your time is just as important as mine. So I just want to get that out of the way. But First of all, before I continue on my thought that I was going to say, I want to say that um, with that being said, what I just said there, I want to say that I'm a big fan of yours, bro. Like I really am, and I'm not just saying that
I
because I'm on the
appreciate
live
that.
with you. I told you the other day, and I told you at the beginning of this live, your consistency is off the chain, and with that consistency, you are going to be successful because I know that is true. I know that the consistency that you have on Instagram and on social media bleeds through into other areas of life. When you do something, I know that because you have that trait of consistency, I know that you're consistent and almost probably everything that you do. So, I know you're going to be successful. Your page is definitely going to be successful because I can say for sure, because I've seen your consistency on your page, that you're gonna blow up. Just keep putting out content, and you're gonna get better with the content. It's gonna look better. I just know that you're gonna keep improving, but the consistency is the foundation, and you got it. So that's awesome. I'm a big fan of yours, bro, because of that.
And yo, I appreciate that a lot because, like I said, music is what started this.
Mhm.
So I started writing, and I ended up creating like this fake persona of myself in writing. And what I did was I never was open about it. So instead, I created my own little person out of it. You know what I mean? My own little character.
Yeah.
And what that did was that messed me up, because basically I was in my own little world, not opening up to anybody, and I ended up just self-sabotaging the shit out of like my whole life. And so after like doing all that, after like legitimately almost like losing my family, I had to, like you said, like how you hit that shift. There's
Yeah.
something that hits you in here, and you're like, you know, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And
Yeah. That
so
paradigm shift.
you start, yes, like you start to realize, hey, man, like all of these choices that I've made may have not been the right choice. And so you're like, okay, what can I do differently now? And that was what I had to realize. And my fiance had always said, you know, you're a really good talker. Like, you're a really good talker. Like, because I talk her ear off all the time. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to start, you know, doing things, and I'm just going to start putting myself out there, because it's something that I never did. Like you said, the ability, like how you said, I have a lot of humility and stuff, and you admire my humility and everything. It's like, I was never like that. I was the type of person that was just so egotistical that like, I didn't know how to put myself out there in a way that like left me vulnerable. You know what I mean? I didn't want that. I wanted people to see me as like this upstanding person who knew everything, and that. And I wanted people to like discover me. You know what I mean? And I just had like this weird mindset about it. And now, what really triggered it all was just the responses like that. It's like, ever since I started being myself and putting myself out there, and like you said, with the consistency, because I do a lot, but I was never talking about it. I was never posting it. I didn't know how. I was like, I do a lot of shit, but what about it? You know what I mean? And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go all in, and I'm going to put everything that I do out there. And people will obviously vibe with something, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, I'll play off of that, and I'll do more of that or whatever. But people, like you said with you, like you've been admiring the consistency of it all. And I really appreciate that, man. Like, yeah.
Thank you. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to acknowledge Omar real quick, because I saw he joined a few minutes ago, and we didn't acknowledge him because we're in conversation. It's all good, but I just want to acknowledge him because he wrote something here. He said, when you make a change in your life, especially in your mind, everything starts to change. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what's hard, keep coming back. Okay, yeah, that was Les Brown, who I just listened to, I think yesterday or the day before, because I listen to a motivational video almost every day. My consistency isn't up there with yours. But,
no, Les Brown's the shit though, bro. Yeah, Les Brown's the shit.
Yeah, Omar, good one, man. That was perfect. That was awesome.
Exactly right, too. It's exactly right.
But
and I was talking about that too. Oh, you have to go?
Yeah, I do have to go. I do want to say something. You led me right into the last piece of what I wanted to say, because we've been talking about it. But Gary Vee Gary Vee is one of my favorite motivators. He's probably the most person that I listen to, the motivational speaker that I listen to the most. And he just gave me so much confirmation and validation today, because he said, we got Eero Semeniku on here. Sorry if I just completely slayed his name.
The Midwick, what's up?
Hey. So, like I was saying, hey. So Gary Vee, he gave me so much confirmation and validation, because he posted, I just saw it today. I don't know if he posted today or yesterday, whatever, but he just posted that we need to post more of the good shit. And I'm saying that verbatim. That was his words verbatim. We need to post more of the good shit and less of the bad shit, right? So he talks about posting, sharing good things that happen to those people that their victories, if you will, posting yours and stuff like that. He's just saying put out more of the good and stop focusing on the bad. Like you said about the news focuses on a lot of negativity, right? So that's something that I always, since I had that paradigm shift in my mind and became a positive individual, right? I've always believed that we need to put out more of the good and less of the bad. Hence why I say that I don't really put out my downfalls until afterwards, if I found a lesson in them. But I believe in that so much that I think that sometimes people think that I'm being self-centered, or they think ill of me because they think that I'm doing it for me or to be praised or anything like, or to boast or whatever. But really, it's not really a selfish thing. And I know that might be easy to say, but I really mean this from the heart, that it's not a selfish thing. Of course, everybody likes a little bit of recognition, but the real reason behind it, and I can only post the things that I've done or have happened to me or that I've seen with my own eyes. So a lot of it does have to do with me, but I post a lot of my victories or victories of people that are around me or things that people have done for me or that I've done for them or that
Yeah.
I've seen one person do for another. And it's because of, like Gary said, like I want to put more positivity out there. And I'm actually working on putting a TED Talk together. I might have the opportunity to do a TED Talk in the future, in the near future, in the next year or two. So I'm working on putting one together, but it's going to be centered around that topic there about promoting positivity. And I think we need to do that. I think it's so important, and you should never belittle yourself or anything like that, or make yourself smaller to lower yourself to the standards of others because they think you shouldn't talk about yourself or anything because they think you're tooting your own horn or whatever the case is. But I really think that we need to post our victories. We need to post the good things that happen to us, the good things that we do, and the good things that we see others do, because it would really just lift up so many people and make our world a better place.
Exactly. And there's something that although after this I'll let you go, but there's something that I heard from I don't know her actual name, but her like Instagram name is like Coach Dardar or whatever.
Okay.
Um, she literally she messaged me because I wrote on her story and stuff, and she was like, "We're all lights, and some of us are lights,
Ooh.
and our job is to yeah, like and boom, exactly, dude. And some of us, our job is to shine that light so others can see it. And so like we kind of have to be like, and I always use this metaphor as like kind of like being a lighthouse. So like if you're a lighthouse, you're able to guide others to
Yeah.
the to the to the shore. You know what I mean? Like you're able to
Preach,
guide
bro. Preach.
everybody where it's safe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's people like you and there's people like me who I try to be, you know, and I want these people and you're right, you know what I mean? Like we have to be able to shine these light on others so that they can become those lights as well and like give our light off and let the light shine until the whole world is lit up. You know what I mean? And that is like what my thing that's why I want to talk with you and put it out there and stuff like that because any type of positivity is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And man, I do have to
most
interject
people
real
don't
quick.
get it.
I do have to interject. And now I never like to push my beliefs, my faith on anybody. But what you just said reminded me of the scripture that I came up with. I am a Christian. If you're not a Christian watching this, please don't be offended. This is not me trying to push this on you, but you just related what you just said relates to the scripture that I came up with for the thinking caps. So I don't um, promote it as a Christian-based business, but for me personally, I couldn't put this out until I had a scripture behind it because that's just who I am, right? So I prayed about it. I read. I looked stuff up on Google. I searched and searched until it finally came to me. I found the right one, and it was Matthew 5:16. And what it says is, "Shine your light before others, so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father which is in heaven." So just like you said, you shine the light so everybody can see it. But again, like we back to when we spoke about it, I think maybe twice throughout this live already, that it's not like some people might think for you to toot your own horn or boast about yourself, but it is for the one who gave you, the chosen one who gave you
Yeah, yeah,
what you have and the talents that you have. So
exactly, man. Hell yeah, dude. What? Well, I know you don't like me saying it, but I appreciate you taking the time, man.
yeah, I appreciate
and
you as
that's
well because
not,
your
and
time
that's
is
not,
valuable as well.
and it's not. Yeah, exactly, man. I just, I know that your time is valuable, and I know that you're busy, so that's just
Thank you.
why I say that. Just because, you know what I mean. It's hard. It's hard to take time out to do it live and shit. So I appreciate it.
Yeah,
But
appreciate it.
stay doing what you're doing, man. And
You too.
just real quick, what's to come for 2019? Are we expecting more with Thinking Caps, or expecting more with the Chosen? Is it
Oh
Chosen One
man.
Apparel? Or,
Oh man. Oh, that's an awesome question,
I
man.
know
I
you're
get
doing. I
excited.
know you're doing the. I know you're doing like the affiliate stuff in
Uh-huh.
February. Is that right? Right?
Oh,
Or are
the
you still
brand
doing that or no?
ambassadorships. Yeah, so I mean, thank you for asking. I always love talking about it, although I don't always, try to talk about my brands or anything. But since you asked, yes, the Chosen One apparel, new designs coming, new styles, new colors, things like that. I am the sole investor and owner, so it is slow because I'm just investing my own personal money and stuff like that. I don't have anybody else investing, but there will be coming new designs, new colors, and new styles of clothing. and the brand ambassadorships are around mid-February. I'm going to be having that get started, so people will be getting a bunch of benefits for being a brand ambassador with the Chosen One line, and so much more to come for that. And then for the Thinking Caps, I'm actually super excited because I have a 7-year-old model who I've spoken to her mom. I know them personally, and they have agreed that she's going to be my brand ambassador for the Thinking Caps, and I'm going to have kids hats in all different colors and focus the Thinking Hats entirely on
Oh,
kids. Yeah, so I was going to give a
that's
kids hat.
dope. That I love that. I love that.
Thank you. It's going to give kids a platform to speak, to shine their light, to have a platform to just express themselves in a positive way. And she's going to be my little brand ambassador, who I'm going to be posting about the most. And she does fashion shows in Orlando, Atlanta, LA, New York, and I think it's London or something like that across in Europe. So she's about to blow it up. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, man. I'll have to. I don't wear hats usually too often, but I'll have to get some. I'll have to get some clothes, and I'll have to get some hats for my son and my daughter then. Whenever those kids hats come out, so I'll let you know what sizes they are.
I didn't even know you had kids. That's awesome. That is incredible.
Oh yeah, dude. I got a fiance. I got 2 kids. My daughter is at her. She has autism, so she's at her therapy right now.
Mhm.
And then we're about to go get her at about 6. And then
Oh,
my son, he lives with his mom, but I get him every other weekend and every so often during the week and stuff like that. But
well, man,
yeah, man, it's
let me just extend to you a friendly discount. I wish the business was at a point where I was making enough profit so that I could just send you one, because I truly appreciate your friendship and everything and having me on your podcast. But again, I'm the sole investor, so I try not to do anything for free, only because whatever comes back to me goes right back into the business and helps me grow it more. But I'm not taking no for an
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
I'm
I
going to give you a
definitely.
discount for your kids. So whenever that comes around, we'll stay in touch.
Hell yeah, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And yeah, man. Thank you for your time. And hell yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the new year for you, and I'm excited for everything that you got coming to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you. I'm excited for you
Hell
as
yeah,
well. Let's
man.
stay in touch, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. We definitely will. We'll keep in touch, and we'll definitely have to get on something for sure.
Definitely. All right, brother.
Hell yeah, man.
Take
All
care.
right. You have a good night.
You too. God bless you.
All right. Bye. Hey guys. So yeah, that was Ian Santos, Mr. Thinking Cap. Wow, he's an amazing dude. I'm glad I got to meet him. Um, and yeah, guys, you know, it's hard. Life is hard, and we always have to learn our lesson. That's really the main thing. We got to be able to learn the lesson, and we got to be able to take ourselves out of certain things in order to see the bigger picture. Because a lot of the times we get so caught up in just the midst of it all that we don't take a second to breathe and really take ourselves out, visualize what's going on from an outside perspective, and see what the best decision is after that point. So I just really commend him for coming as far as he has and doing everything that he's doing right now, and being able to push through all of the negativity and be able to push through everything and be able to just shine the positive light on everything, which is awesome. So if you guys don't already know, check out all of his stuff. Check out everything that he's got. He's got Thinking Caps, and he's got an apparel line. So definitely check him out. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Gagan Sharm 9266. I really appreciate you. Definitely hit me up in my message box right now if you want, and we'll go ahead and get on the live. I got to go right now, but definitely hit me up in my inbox if you want to get on, and we'll talk. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, good vibes, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.